My name's Bianca Jurjevic. I'm one of the doctors here at CAMS. Okay, and I'm just going to be asking you some questions today and catching up with you. Are you here on your own today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you get yourself here if you're on your own?
I called the bus.
Okay. So there's nobody that you would like involved in terms of an adult? No. Okay. My plan for the day is to try and ask you some questions and learn a bit about you and what your life is like and a bit about how you've come to be in front of me today. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if I ask you any questions at any stage that you're not comfortable answering, just let me know and we can try and get around that. Okay. So I wonder if we can talk a little bit to begin with about your family and who's involved in your life. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So at the moment, living at home with you, who's in the house?
My mum and my brother Rory.
Okay. How old's Rory?
He's 7.
Okay. And how old's Mum?
I don't know, like 37 or something.
Okay. And what's Mum called?
Tracy.
And does Mum work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What sort of work does Mum do?
How is this helping you?
Well, I guess you're a young person, and usually young people that I see have problems with family as well, so it's important for me to understand who's in the family.
As long as it's helping one of us.
So it sounds like you feel like today's not going to be very helpful for you before we've even started. So I wonder if you can tell me a bit about how you've come to be sitting in front of me today.
My mother thinks I'm crazy.
Okay, tell me a bit more about that.
She spoke to the guy next door who has bipolar, so she automatically thinks that I have bipolar. Then she took me to a GP. The GP then didn't listen to anything that I have to say because obviously I wasn't the one paying him, and now I'm stuck on these drugs and I'm stuck here with you.
Okay, well, I can understand you feeling kind of not keen to come and talk to me today, given the circumstances then. Right, okay. Dad, is he in your life at all?
Yeah, no.
No, okay. Has Dad ever been part of your life, or that's been a long-standing thing?
Let's just say he was the sperm donor.
Okay. Which has just reminded me Rory's 7, so does Rory have a different dad?
No, he came back to be the sperm donor and left again.
How long did he come back for?
Long enough to get Mum pregnant.
Do you remember him being around at that time? No, so it wasn't like a period of time where you thought things might get better and then they got worse again? And what about grandparents? Are they on the scene at all?
Have a nan called Bob.
Yep. And does Nan come with a pop attached or not? No.
He killed himself.
Oh, wow. When did that happen?
I wasn't born.
Okay. So before you were born. And does anyone ever talk about what happened? Tell me about what Nan's like. Why is she important in your life?
She lets me live with her when I don't want to live with Mum.
Okay. How often does that happen?
It's regular.
Is it? Okay. And does Nan live far from where you're living with Mum and Rory?
She lives in Prospect and we live in Salisbury.
Okay. So at least you're sort of on the same side of town, but she's quite far from your home, isn't she? How would you get to Nan's from home? Is it bus as well? Okay. Dad's parents, are they on the scene?
If Dad doesn't exist, why would his parents?
Sometimes grandparents are more involved than parents. A bit like Nan and Mum, I guess. Okay. So tell me why you think Mum's crazy.
She spends half her life staying at home out back, being drunk and high, hating everyone at work and getting into trouble. I can't do anything right. I do everything for her, but then I'm always wrong.
So it feels like everything you do doesn't meet what she wants from you.
It doesn't feel like it is. And I spend my whole time looking after my brother.
Okay. That sounds pretty miserable. But what's it like with your brother?
Well, he's autistic, so.
What's his autism like?
he can eat and everything, he can do everything by himself, but if I don't make him lunch or walk him to school or tuck him into bed like a mother should, he'd be stuck at home on his Xbox the whole time.
So it sounds like you feel like you're doing the job of a parent when you're only 16 yourself. Most of the time you feel like it's you looking after Rory, and sometimes you get pretty fed up with that and you go and stay with Nan. Yeah. And what about having thoughts of just not wanting to be here at all?
That happens all the time.
Okay. How far do the thoughts go?
I tried to kill myself twice.
So they go pretty far. Yeah. What did you do?
Mainly just overdose on pills.
Okay. And you said that happened twice. Yeah. When was the most recent time?
Last month.
Okay. So not very long ago. Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions about that time? Okay. So it would help me a little bit to understand what was happening for you that day. But I guess we could start with just what happened. What did you actually do to try and end your life?
I overdosed on Panadol.
How many tablets did you take?
A lot.
Okay. A lot. Yeah. Can you help me out a little bit more to understand how much that means?
I guess I had like a packet.
Okay. And how big a packet are we talking about?
20.
Okay. So that is quite a lot. Yeah. Had you looked into how many you would take?
I just wanted to die, so I knew if I took a lot, I'd die.
Okay. And how did you know what a lot would mean?
Because
It sort of sounds like you'd been thinking about it long enough to look into how much you'd need to take. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. And what happened on that day that meant that was the day that you took it?
As in, why did I kill myself? Or tried to kill myself?
Yeah, what was it about that day?
It was my mum.
Can you take me through a little bit of what happened, even just from the really basic stuff of getting up in the morning? And what happened? Where did Mum come into the picture?
She woke up and she was hungover.
A lot of people get pretty cranky when they're hungover. Yeah. And did something happen between you and Mum when she got up? Yeah. Do you remember what started that?
I was making myself breakfast, and because I didn't wake her up and I didn't make her any, so she got really mad at me.
It seems pretty unfair. How did you know that she was mad at you?
She screamed at me, and she said that I was worthless and that I was better off dead because I was just a nuisance.
Wow, that's awful. How did you feel when she was saying those things?
Hurt, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, they sound pretty hurtful. How did you respond when Mum was saying those things?
I never really respond to her when she says that.
Okay. And what happened after she was saying those things?
She said that I had to fix myself or get out. So I went into my room and I took all the Panadol. And then I don't know how long after, but my brother found me.
You had the Panadol in your room?
Mm-hmm.
Was it there sort of in preparation in case something happened, or was it just there because it's there?
I don't know.
Did you tell anyone before you took it? And what happened in that moment? How were you feeling when you were taking all those tablets?
I guess I felt empty. Like it was finally over.
How did you feel when you woke up in hospital?
Angry. That I didn't die.
Okay. Any other feelings mixed in with that?
Relief, I guess, that I didn't leave my brother.
What happened between you and Mum after that?
She said that I couldn't even try killing myself probably.
Sounds horrible. And so that was only a month ago. Did those feelings that you don't want to be here go away at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. And they're still there. Yeah. Have you thought about what you would do if you got to that point again?
Sometimes I sit outside and I just look up on the bricks and the wood and pane that I could hang myself off of, and how I just feel empty.
Have you got what you would need if you've thought about what you would do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to do that before? No. Have you got a rope at all? And do you know what to do in terms of tying it up and things like that? Have you tried that stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
And what about, have you thought about anything else other than that?
I thought about how I know that that time it would work.
Is there anything else in your house that might be really dangerous? Like, are there any more pills at home? Yeah. What's at home that you might think about using?
My mum's antidepressants.
Okay. What about more Panadol? Have you got any more of that you've prepared? Yeah. Is there a gun or any weapons in the house that we could think about getting rid of?
There's knives in the kitchen, but
Okay. Have you ever thought about using a knife to end your life?
sometimes.
Okay. Okay. What about any other ways?
Sometimes I wonder about drowning myself in the bathtub.
So it sounds like you've thought about lots of different ways. What do you think it would take for you to get to that point again of actually doing it?
I guess I'd just give up.
What might make you give up again?
I don't know. My mum probably, maybe.
So you think if Mum was to say some stuff again, that might push you there?
Well, I'm pretty worthless, so might as well.
What do you think might happen to your family if that happens?
It's not like anyone's going to care, so...
So far, what has kept you from doing something else to try and end your life?
Leaving Rory with Mum, I guess.
Okay. So Rory's a big part of it.
He's kind of the only part.
Okay. What worries you about what would happen to Rory if you went around and he was with Mum?
Nothing would happen to him. She wouldn't look after him. She'd just kind of leave him, I guess.
Okay. So you're a pretty big part of his life.
I'm the only part of his life.
And is there anything else other than Rory that sort of keeps you wanting to be alive?
Sometimes I think my nan actually cares, but she doesn't. She's just like my mum.
Okay. So there's a really little part of you that thinks maybe things could be a bit better. Okay. And if there was one thing that you could change in your life that would mean that ending it wasn't the answer, what would that be?
Mum, I guess.
Okay. What would need to change about Mum?
She needs to stop acting like a mum.